So, you want to be in the top 1% of sports bettors. I'm sure we all do. Let's talk about how you can actually do it. Welcome to Juice Bets. My name is Trevor. I've been betting on sports for about 5 years now, and I've always, really never succeeded to any capacity, right? It's always kind of been a hobby, something I do, just for fun to make the games more interesting, but never really a profitable process that I had, right? I was betting on emotions, and I was betting based off of my personal knowledge of the sport, and it wasn't crazy profitable or in the negative. It was kind of just a thing that I did to make games more fun. Since then, I have uncovered a process and a way of looking at sports betting that has completely changed my mindset and my results. This process has allowed me to become in the top 1% of sports bettors and use math and data to actually profit while sports betting. So today we're going to talk about exactly how I did that, kind of things that you want to, ways to change your mindset and ways to increase your profitability when you're betting on sports. We'll get into all of that in just a sec, but before we do so, make sure you guys subscribe and like this video if you do find this useful. Drop any comments down below if you have any questions after you watch the video. Happy to answer any of those. And let's get into the video. Let's distinguish between sharp sports bettors and casual sports bettors, right? Because when we say that we want to be in the top 1% of sports bettors, that means that we want to be a sharp. We want to be somebody who uses math and data and experience and has an edge at all times. They have an edge against the casino. They are betting, they're increasing their volume, they're betting money, and they know that over time they have this edge and they have a profit margin, right? They're profitable. They know that they are because of either experience and time that they've done this, or they just look at the math, they look at the data, and they understand it. That's what a sharp sports bettor is. They're using math and data, and a casual sports bettor is using emotions, right? They're either betting on sports based off of their knowledge, what they think is going to happen, what they hope is going to happen, what their friends say is going to happen, what some random guy on Twitter says is going to happen. Everything is based off of predicting the future and using emotions and you might even think data and knowledge because you're looking on Google and you're finding stats, and that's fine. That can work. But let's talk about how we actually get into that 1%, the very, very top where all of the profitable, sharp sports bettors are, right? That's where we want to end up. That's how we distinguish ourselves from the 99% of all the other sports bettors. And this process is plus EV, plus expected value betting, okay? That is the process that will get us into that top 1%. Quickly, before we discuss what plus EV betting is, and I'll go into exactly how it's done in the easiest ways, let's talk about that word I've been using a bunch. It's process. What is a process? Because this, at the end of the day, is the most important thing. Because as a daily sharp sports bettor, you need to have a process in place because this is, at the end of the day, sports betting is a 24/7 gig for the most part. Obviously, at 3 a.m., you might not be betting on sports, but in September, October, November, when you have NFL, NBA, NHL all coming back, you've got games from potentially noon all the way until 7 p.m., and those lines are being updated and released throughout the entire day and night. So we want to make sure that we have a process that allows us to capitalize and to find value and to find profitable bets and become a profitable bettor through our process, right? So for me, my process is using OddsJam. It's using a software that provides me with data and with profitable bets super quickly and easily, right? Because, you could easily do this yourself where you're finding profitable bets, you're finding value, you're doing research on your own, and you're using spreadsheets and all of that, and you can do that. But for me, my process, the things I want to focus on are obviously number one is profitability, right? That's of course the most important part about your process, is that you're actually making money. But number two is the ease of use, right? The efficiency also could be a third point here. Ease of use, meaning, is it actually easy to use? You need to be a specialist. You need to know math. You don't need to know that with OddsJam, right? And so I'll get into what that is in a second after I talk about plus EV betting, but so the first one is profitability. Second one is ease of use. It needs to be something that you don't need to be an expert in, right? And the third one, like I said, is efficiency. You need to be quick, right? To actually find good bets, you need to be fast because lines are changing. And also it needs to be quick because you want it to be something that you can do on the side. You want it to be something where every hour or two or whatever, you can go in and place bets quickly and seamlessly and find these profitable bets quickly and seamlessly, right? You want a one-stop shop that makes it simple and easy for you because, I mean, I know I have way too many things to do in my day-to-day life than actually spend hours researching and placing bets, right? It needs to be quick and easy. So those are kind of the three pillars that we want to focus on when we're developing our process, and OddsJam covers all three of these. Okay, so now let's talk about what plus EV or positive expected value betting is. And this is the ticket to get you into the 1%, into the sharp sports bettors category, into profitability, right? And so plus EV betting is simply finding bets, finding odds, regardless of the game, the sport, the player, regardless of all that. You're pushing all that out the window. You're just looking at the odds now. We're strictly talking probabilities and math, okay? So a plus EV bet is one where you're taking a bet that you're being paid out more than the actual probability of something happening is, okay? So let's give an example. If you're looking at a game and the two teams are seen as 50-50, right? A 50% chance that team A wins and a 50% chance that team B wins. If you're being offered, let's say, 60% chance that team B is going to win, well, obviously you're going to say, well, yeah, I'll take that, right? I'll take that 60% chance because we know that there's a 50% chance. And so when I'm using these percent chances, these are a direct reflection of the odds given to a specific bet. If 50% chance of something happening, that means that it's even money, right? So it's even. If it's a 60% chance, then the odds are going to increase, right? So let's jump into, let's share my screen and we'll jump into a little bit of math here and I'll show you this. As I was saying, the probability percentage is a direct reflection of the odds, right? So if we put in odds of, let's say, plus 100, right? That's even money, and that is 50% probability, right? If we change this probability to 60%, we'll see that the odds will change to minus 150. So like I was saying, the probability percentage and the odds are a direct reflection. So if we were looking at that example, you're flipping a coin, it's a 50-50 chance. Someone offers you 60% chance, or let's say, a chance to hit, but you're still getting paid out at 50%, right? You're still getting paid out at even money, but you're being given a coin that will land on heads 60% of the time. Obviously you're going to take that bet, right? Your coin will land on heads 60% of the time, but you're being paid out even money, which is a 50% probability. So that's kind of basically at the core what plus EV betting is. It's taking bets where you're being paid out more than you actually should be. So it would be just as easy as that. You see what the odds are. It tells you what the probability is, and then you can basically look at, okay, if the odds are minus 150 and I'm getting offered minus 130, well, obviously I'm going to take that bet because I'm being paid out more than I should be. But before we do that, I mean, that is kind of the idea, but before we do that, we need to remove the VIG, or the tax that sportsbooks will put on odds, okay? So what you'll see a lot of the times is when you have a 50-50 chance, so lines where, let's say it's a spread where it's -8.5 and +8.5 on both sides, you're going to be given, instead of even money on both sides, you're going to be given -110 on both sides, because the sports book wants to take a tax. They want to earn money. They want to make money regardless of the outcome, right? So as you can see here on this calculator on OddsJam, you've got -110 on both sides, and that's offering you 50% no vig odds, right? And then the odds, the no vig odds, are actually even money. And so what this calculator does is it removes that tax that the sports books will put on the odds. So let's look at a live example here. Yannick Sinner +6.5 at -120 on Bodog. Okay, so you're being given -120 on the +6.5 and -110 on the -6.5, right? And so what the no vig odd calculator will do is it will tell you what the actual odds are of this to happen, because obviously the sportsbook is taking some tax on this line because you're getting -120 and -110. So when you use the no vig calculator, it will come out with the actual odds for something to happen. So as you can see, the actual odds for Sinner to cover the +6.5 is -127.9, and the -6.5 on Djokovic is +127.9. So the no vig calculator will remove that tax, and now we're given the actual no vig odds. Now that we know what the actual odds are, what the actual percentage chance that this bet is going to win, we compare it to the odds that we're being offered, right? We're told by the sharpest sports books in the world that put millions and hundreds of millions of dollars into their algorithms to set these lines. We're now converting that line into something that removes the tax. It's no vig. Now these are the fair odds, and we are now going to try to find value. And this is where OddsJam comes in, because they will identify and find you sports books that are offering you valuable odds. So as an example here, with the Sinner line, -127.9 is the actual odds for this to hit. We're being given -120. So we're getting 8 cents on the dollar cheaper. We're getting paid out more than we actually should be. And so this is why this is a plus EV bet. This is the plus EV page on OddsJam, and it simply shows you and identifies you the odds of a specific bet, what it is compared to the no vig odds, and then how profitable it is. So this one is a 2.9% plus EV bet, meaning we're getting -120 when we actually should be getting -127, right? And as you can see, I mean, it lays it out nicely for you because it shows you all of the other sports books offering this line. And as you can see, none of the other ones are even close to -127, the fair odds, right? They're all way above, but we're on Bodog or Bovada here, we're getting -120, and that's where you can find the value. Let's look at this next example here. On this Vancouver Whitecaps game, over 1.5 is +130 on Fliff. We're being told the fair odds are +124. So the actual probability of this happening is a direct reflection of, the odds, right? So +124 is the actual fair odds. We're being given +130 on Fliff, which is even better than what we should be getting. And none of the other sports books are offering anything even close, right? As you can see, we're being given +110, +115, +119, but nothing close to +124. Fliff is giving us +130, so we're going to take that. And that's what plus EV betting is. You're taking the value, you're basically trusting that, okay, the math and the sportsbook's algorithm is telling me that this bet has this % chance to hit. That's why the odds are a certain number. If we're being given odds that are better than those, we're basically being given more money than we should be, right? And so if you take these bets over and over and over and over again over a long period of time, you're going to have a profitable betting career, right? Let's quickly look at how I've done. So I've been betting since March with OddsJam using the Plus EV tool. I'm up over $7,500. As you can see in July, it's been a great start to the month here. Haven't bet the last couple of days because of the All-Star break and MLB, but yeah, it has been super profitable. Over $7,500 in profit. I've wagered over $100,000 on bets, and I've made $7,500 in profit, which gives me a 6.9% profit margin. So at the end of the day, it's just getting volume. It's betting as much, as many different bets that are profitable plus EV as you can, getting as much money down, because this amount, the more you can wager, this amount here, if you can increase this and you keep your profit margin around here, then your profit will increase, obviously. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and found something useful out of this. Sports betting should be done, if you want to be a sports bettor, if you want to be in that 1%, it should be done through math and through data and using odds, finding the value and taking that value on whatever sports book it is that's giving it to you. And that's what I've done, and it's been super profitable. And I can say that I am in that top 1% that is profitable in the long-term betting on sports, because 99% of everyone else, they are losing when they bet on sports. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like it if you did, subscribe for more just like this, and we'll see you guys next time.